Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Brotato All Pain, No Gain, the new update with the increased difficulty, where today I'm going to be trying out the new Wounded character. You unlock this character by beating Nightmare Mode, which we did in our last video with the Doctor, and I'm recording this like 5 minutes after I finished that video. So we're going to jump in with the Wounded. Now, I've heard that on Nightmare Mode, Crash Zone is really hard. So I'm going to try Crash Zone. I also wanted to point out that one of the things they changed in the patch, which I really liked here, is you can now choose a random map. So you don't have to decide what map you're playing on. But we're going to be playing on Crash Zone. The Wounded dies in one hit. You do start with a tardigrade, so it's actually 2 hits. So it may take me several tries to win with this character. We'll see what we can do. This is very much a challenge mode character, I think, which is designed for players who really want a harder experience. So another couple things. In this update, a few more weapons were buffed. So knives got a base damage buff and cost decrease. That's going to make it a really efficient weapon. It was already pretty good. Cacti clubs had the ranged damage increased, finally, on the thorns, which makes it more interesting to actually buy ranged damage. Wands got inherent piercing, 1 piercing on wands, and elemental damage got kind of a stealth buff, because as we saw in our last run, when you set something on fire, it glows in the dark waves, which will let you see more easily. So that's kind of interesting. That being said, I don't think wand is the weapon you want for the Wounded. I'm deciding between submachine guns or icicles here, and I think for our first run, we'll try icicles. Basically, we need to kill everything as soon as it comes on screen, because otherwise we're just going to get popped immediately. So I'm definitely going to need a lot of additional weapons. I won't be able to kill the tree in time, so I'm going to focus on just clearing as much damage as possible. And then let me roll here. Actually, I could just take 5 attack speed. We do start with harvesting, so it's nice to buy harvesting, but this character really needs to get out ahead of the damage curve, such that our icicles are killing stuff immediately, so we're going to take damage early on. I do have a Horde Wave that is more difficult. Let's go ahead and ban these 2 items. And then I'm going to re-roll here, and I will ban... I think I'm just banning both of these. I'm really looking for just more icicles, elemental damage, and of course anything that gives us... anything that gives us economy. We'll ban the pencil. Gummy Berserker, I'm going to leave in the pool. It has no downside for this character, because armor is irrelevant when you die in 1 hit. And when it has no downside, this item can be okay. It's still not great, but I think there's other stuff I would rather ban. And then I'm going to not lock either of these, but I will leave them both in the pool. I'll lock Scar. I'll go ahead and ban glasses. And then I'm going to roll again. I'm really looking for more icicles. We are not getting lucky on finding weapons, and that could, just not having found a second or third icicle, could kill me this wave as well. I'm also not certain, just looking at the health bar here, I assumed that the tardigrade meant that we died in 2 hits, and the tardigrade would block the first one. Okay, yeah. So I walked into a projectile by accident, and confirmed that we do get 1 hit of grace on the 1-hit challenge, so it's actually a 2-hit challenge every wave. Let's roll here, and I'll roll again, and I'm just going to take 5 harvesting, then I can finally buy a 3rd icicle, and fortunately we rolled into a 4th one and another one, so that's a big deal. Do I want to roll here looking for a level 1 icicle, since we found a level 2? I think for 4 that's too expensive. Remember that on Nightmare Mode, the damage increases faster, and all of these projectiles come in from off-screen. Or the price of items increase faster, as well as, of course, enemy damage. So we need to have a full weapon set just to make it easier to avoid dodging. But spending money on re-rolling is more expensive, because we're going to be spending more on our items as well. I like that they've added a stat here for how many tardigrades you have. That's actually really nice. Let's roll and roll again. I'm really looking for elemental damage, but I'll take 5 attack speed, and range is not terrible on this character. It is up against basically nothing here, but I think I will just take 5 harvesting just to make sure that we have good income, because that gets me to 21. And then I'll buy the Scar. Ugly Tooth, I don't really need yet, so I'm not going to lock it. I'll just go straight to wave 4 here. So these off-screen projectiles, I need to be careful about getting close to them because they do move somewhat unpredictably. I mean, it's predictable, I think, they zigzag, but I'm not completely used to the patterns or knowing when they will turn. So I need to be careful about going too close to them, otherwise I could easily walk into them and die. That maneuver, for example, was pretty risky. But we're making okay money. I'll definitely take a Scared Sausage, and we finally got some elemental damage. I've kind of been looking for that. I think I can get away with one more harvesting pickup. I'll take the Baby Gecko and the Lumberjack shirt. I'm going to ban Lost Duck because it decreases my elemental damage, so we don't want to buy that. With the Scared Sausage, I'm pretty happy to buy a turret as well, because we will be building a lot of elemental damage, and applying that with Scared Sausage is good. We'll ban Goat Skull here. I'm going to leave the injection and roll for another icicle. I really want one of those. I'll take a snake, though. And I don't need to lock the beanie. I really need to find another icicle, though. Do I want a nail here? It's 1 damage on all of my weapons, basically. With 0 engineering. I think that's just too expensive, especially because we are still stuck on 5 icicles. This is also a weapon you really want to level, so having only found... we've found 6 total weapon levels, but only 5 total weapons is a problem for the icicle here. Icicle is a good weapon for a one-hit challenge, because it usually is going to one-shot most enemies, though we've ended up with a pretty weak version of the run, I think. Just because I rolled a lot for weapons and weapon levels and haven't found them. Almost took a hit there, but we still had the tardigrade bonus, so we're okay. Pretty weak wave 5 for Crash Zone, though. Here, I'm going to take 5 more attack speed, and then... obviously don't need lifesteal. Let's take some crit chance. No, I'm just going to take percent damage. Crit chance is, of course, very good on Icicle. And that's why, like, buying the sunglasses is good, because this weapon will have increased critical multiplier later on. But I also just need some more base damage on the weapon. I'm going to not take a second snake. We only have the 1 Scared Sausage that works with it. And I have to roll for icicles. Okay, I found 1. I'm going to avoid taking Curse here, so I'm not going to buy the Corrupted Shard, because I think that with the increased enemy health and damage, buying Curse is pretty dangerous. And then I'm going to roll a couple more times while we still have guaranteed weapons in the shop, looking for more icicles. Alright, Wave 6 has the Goober, and... oh, okay, so Wave 6 now has eggs. That... did not used to be the case. So the enemy compositions have changed massively on Nightmare Mode on Crash Zone. So that's why it's harder. I did not know that that was the case. I need to be really careful about letting too many goobers spawn. And yeah, I took that damage. Gonna back off from these slashers so that we don't die to them. Because now I'm probably dead. Oh, no, I squeezed through there. Good movement by me at the end of that wave, but man, that was close. I did not realize that the enemy composition had changed on wave 6, and that's a much harder set of enemies to fight, of course. Here, I'll take an elemental damage. I really need that. And then we finally get to buy another icicle, and we'll buy a Peaceful Bee. Ugly Tooth could help against Elite, but I think I'm going to roll past it. I'll take a Vigilante Ring. We definitely need more damage. And then we'll go to wave 7. Having to deal suddenly with the actors in the darkness there was really frightening. Whoops. I, like, watched myself walking into that projectile and then just kept doing it anyways. I was like, okay, I have to turn here or I'm gonna hit that. I better actually just walk directly at it for no reason at all. Given that I'm not playing super hot right now, I do expect that it'll take me more than one try to win. Obviously, I'm going to do my best for the rest of this run, but I wouldn't be shocked if I lose it. I'll take the defective steroids. Oh, no, wait. That was a ridiculous buy, because max HP doesn't matter at all on this character. Just completely forgot that for a second. We'll take the Vigilante Ring. Tentacle is crit chance, but very inefficient, because healing doesn't matter at all. So let's roll here. I'll definitely take the bag, and I'll take another baby gecko. Sharp Bullet is pretty bad with Icicle that has inherent piercing. You don't want to decrease the amount that you're piercing for. Landmines is not a great way to apply Scared Sausage Burning, so I'm going to pass on that, and then I'll roll here. I could build Dodge. It could potentially protect me from bad movement, but I think it's better to build just more damage so that my movement doesn't have to be as precise, rather than kind of hope to get lucky. The off-screen projectiles are definitely scarier on the wounded than they are on other characters, where it's just like a little bit of damage that you can tank through like you would with any normal incoming damage. Oops. Okay, I thought I would kill that enemy before it hit me, so 19 health remaining. I also want to avoid killing that Curse Alien. And I need to dodge for 10 more seconds here. I'm probably going to accidentally kill that Curse Alien. There's so many, I'm going to end up with cursed enemies no matter what I do here. Oh, and I walked into an attack. Okay. Oh, I like Killed by Horned Bruiser there. That's kind of cool. So, let's try that again. I liked Icicle. I would like to find more of them. Also, now I know that we have the extra... we have different enemies on Wave 6. Try to line up these enemies so that you hit more than one of them at once with a piercing weapon, of course. Try to maximize your income that way. And then here, let's reroll. I guess I'll take 5 attack speed, and I'm gonna ban these 2 items. Roll again. We'll buy an Icicle. I'll lock Elemental Damage. I'll leave Terrified Onion in the pool. It's a bad item, but there's so many bad items that we can ban here. And that one might be useful. Okay, we're already doing better than last attempt. I have 3 Icicles now. And then I'll lock a 4th one. Perfect. Basically, not finding weapon levels and thus being pretty far behind in economy in the last run made it really hard for me to get enough damage to clear those bruisers, and then also I was moving poorly, so I walked into a bunch of attacks that I shouldn't have. Let's reroll here, and I'll take 5 more attack speed. Attack speed, really important for Icicle, which is a weapon that has really low base attack speed. Okay, well, I said I was doing better, but we then didn't roll into more Icicles. We will find a 5th one, at least. I do need to be careful about these projectiles, too, because I often want to just walk towards the materials that are on the ground, but with these off-screen projectiles, that can be really dangerous. The natural impulse to try to pick up every material. Alright, we're going to avoid killing that Curse Alien here. Let's roll. Finally got elemental damage, and I'll take 5 harvesting as well. And then we'll buy an Icicle. I'll buy a charcoal. I'll buy a beanie. I'll ban the dynamite for a free reroll, and lock another Icicle. Do I want to reroll for 3? I think 1 reroll for 3 is fine. And then Ugly Tooth, I don't really need, I don't think. Let's just ban that. And I'm not going to reroll again for 4. But basically, I'm looking for weapon levels, I'm looking for elemental damage, I'm looking for attack speed. We're, of course, looking for economy. This character is definitely going to be one that you are not always going to win on your first try. And will be a real challenge for random runs if I end up trying them with the with this guy. I'll take 10% attack speed, and I'll take an elemental damage here because I need to increase that. Take an icicle. Do I want gentle alien? I think it's still so good that we just take it anyways. Obviously dangerous on this difficulty setting, but still really powerful. And then here, I'll buy the fertilizer over the icicle, but I'm going to buy both, and lock Peaceful Bee as well. Okay, wave 5 is dark. Wait, I thought it was wave 6 that was dark last time. So is it randomized? Maybe I'm just misremembering as well. But I thought that wave 6 was dark, and had the goobers and hatters, which it doesn't normally have. Obviously, this is my, well, I guess now third, because I lost my last run. My third run on the new patch, so I'm still learning all the mechanics. Yeah, we'll take 8% damage here, that's fine, and then we'll buy an icicle. The regen on Campfire, of course, is useless, and the move speed loss is bad, but I do think I want it because elemental damage is so important. We'll ban Baby Elephant, we'll reroll, we'll take an icicle here. Will I buy Gummy Berserker? I think I will. The range is fine, and the attack speed is obviously good, and since it has no penalty, it's okay on this character. Lock the icicle. I'm not going to take turret on this version of the run because we don't have a scared sausage yet. And metal detector. I already have a lot of economy items and need more damage items. Okay, yeah, so it definitely was dark last time we did this wave. So I guess which wave is dark is semi-randomized at least. Kill that, clear the goobers, we'll kill this slasher. Wave 6 is brutal now. Goobers and eggs in the same wave that's just a lot of health to get through and a lot of projectiles to dodge. So wave 6 Crash Zone, I understand why people were saying this was really tough. I didn't know that they had changed the enemy composition. And this enemy composition is hard. And Goobers on a wave with off-screen projectiles is even more stuff to dodge, which is really dangerous as well. So I took a hit there, but we do get one hit to give. I will, I think, take a baby gecko here, and then I'm going to re-roll. I want the beanie as well. I need some more movement speed. And then I'm going to re-roll, go to wave 7. The wave 7 doesn't seem to have different enemy setups. Just wave 6 got that difficulty spike that I've seen so far, of course. Wave 8 is where I died last time because we didn't have enough damage to kill the enemies before I took hits, and I'm a little concerned that that's going to happen again here, just because my damage is still not great. So we'll see what we can get. I will hit level 10. I'm probably going to roll for 15 attack speed or 3 elemental damage. Try to dodge all these projectiles as well. Having ranged enemies... Oh, loot alien. Definitely want to kill that, but ideally without dying. Having ranged enemies in these waves is also really scary because it means that projectiles can come from multiple directions at once, which is really hard to dodge. I'll take the 9 movement speed here, and then this wave, let's reroll, and I'll take 3 elemental damage. I think I would have slightly preferred 1 attack speed, or 15 attack speed, but the elemental damage is very good as well. Lumberjack shirt, I will take, I guess, and then I'm going to roll. Coffee is amazing here, and then we'll buy Scar and Head Injury. I keep looking at my max HP going, gosh, I need more max HP, but we really don't in this run. Since this character can't use it. So I need, yeah, as soon as those bruisers spawn, the big chargers, I need to kill them immediately in order to make sure that we don't take, we don't have to dodge more than one at once, basically. So I'm trying to focus those guys down. And make sure that we clear the ranged enemies as well. I also want to pick up materials, but I'm more focused on not dying here, of course. With 5 seconds left in the wave, I'm just going to reposition to the left here where I don't have to dodge as much, and then I can make a run for some of those materials, but I left a lot on the ground, and that's fine. I'll take 10 luck here, and then let's go ahead and buy another icicle. We'll take a tree, and then I'll roll. Here, fertilizer and treasure map are both good items. Let's take the fertilizer. We'll lock the treasure map. I'll roll, lock another icicle, and go to wave 9. Wave 9 I'm really concerned about, because I don't know if I have the attack speed to kill all these enemies before we take hits. Oh, and there's goobers this wave now? Yikes. Okay, that's going to be hard. Yeah, I already took a hit. So I think I just need to try to stay away from the summoners, but this is where enemy despawns become a problem, because when the enemy despawns, when one of the summoners despawns, it does summon all of the goobers. And so they'll also be summoned in a place where you can't guaranteed kill them right away, which means a lot more projectiles to dodge. Oh, I walked into that. Okay. Really interesting character here. So let's see. Is Icicle the way to go? Let's try a different weapon here. Maybe submachine gun. Obviously, I'm going to need a ton of range damage to make that work, but submachine gun is a very powerful weapon. Okay, I walked into that right away. That's funny. Of course, if you find another tardigrade, that's probably pretty good for this character. We'll take a range damage here. I'll lock the lens. Insanity, I'm just going to ban. Submachine gun has only 1.5x crit chance, so you don't really need it. We'll buy another SMG. I'll buy a fertilizer here, because 2 guns should be enough. And then we'll ban this, because I'm going for ranged weapons. I'll roll again, and I'll lock an SMG, ban a landmines. Alright, go to wave 2 here. So it's interesting that they didn't seem to add new enemies to Abyssal Terrors, unless in my run I just fully didn't notice them. Also very possible. I'll take 5 harvesting here, then I can avoid buying harvesting again, and then I'm going to reroll. And I'll take 5 attack speed. The first point of attack speed on SMGs is extremely valuable, because thanks to an animation glitch, unless this has been fixed in the update, it's possible. They get like a 20% DPS boost from the very first point of attack speed. I could take revolvers as well. Yeah, mixing in revolvers is fine. I'll go ahead and lock a revolver here, and then we'll just go to wave 3. When you're doing a gun build, of course, you don't need to stick to one particular type of weapon, though it's easier to level up if you don't take too many, but SMGs and revolvers or SMGs and shotguns is a totally reasonable combination. Nice to get a crate there. Yeah, we'll take some movement speed, and then I do want more attack speed. I want more range damage as well. Let's just take the attack speed and save my money. And then we'll buy some range damage. We'll ban small fish, which is mostly a trap item. I'll buy the feather and lock coffee and lure here. For some reason, it feels more difficult to get weapons. I guess just the slightly increased price of items in the early shops just makes it that much harder to get a full weapon set. Or, you know, this is a very small sample size. It could just be that the 3 runs that I've done so far, we've had poor luck. Here, I will take the Gentle Alien. I am going to take 10% attack speed and then 2 range damage. Perfect. That's like the best shop we could have found. We'll buy this stuff. I'm going to roll. Lock a submachine gun. I don't think we want a rat. I don't think... well, actually, boxing glove with SMG is okay, but it does make enemies more unpredictable. So I think I'm just going to ban both of these. Throw in 1 more reroll. We'll lock a dangerous bunny, ban pencil, and I'll lock injection. Okay, so wave 5 is dark again. I swear it was wave 6 in the first one. I'm going to have to go back and check the footage. Got the loot alien kill off our lure. Dark waves obviously make it harder to kill loot aliens, because you don't know where they are necessarily. Oh no, I killed a curse alien. I didn't mean to kill the curse alien, but I didn't see it in time thanks to the fog of war. So that's just gonna happen sometimes. Yeah, we'll take a coffee. I'll take the alien tongue when it shows up in a box. I'm gonna re-roll here. I think we can do better. I'll just take 5% damage, actually. Although, now that I have revolvers, the crit chance is fine. So we'll take the level 2 upgrade. I'm gonna re-roll here, and we will take... I was like, oh, 3% lifesteal. So good with submachine guns. But I will just take 8% damage. And then we'll buy the SMG, Dangerous Bunny, Injection, take our re-roll. I'll buy a bag for sure. I will take Ugly Tooth now. We have a Wave 11 Elite, which I'm going to want to slow down. I don't think I care about the Loot Worm. Let's roll. I'll take the Whistle, and I'm going to roll one more time while we have guaranteed weapons in the shop, and see if I can find a leveled up gun again. Alright, so let's run at the Goober and kill everything that it hatches. I'm going to try to kill the slashers before too many of them spawn. Yeah, you can see that the 1 point of curse that we got spawned a cursed Goober. Really bad to have cursed enemies in this spot. And on Crash Zone, it's harder to get enough curse that you reliably get good cursed items as well. So curse here is mostly just going to make things a little more dangerous. Okay, I walked into that attack. I would love piercing shots as well. You have to be really careful with the Goober projectiles. I have okay movement speed. I'm going to roll here, and 15 attack speed. That's what I want. I'll take a Scar, Ugly Tooth, and Whistle. We're going to pass on Pocket Factory because this is a really hard run. We'll take the submachine gun, and then I'll roll again. Lock a revolver here. I could take a laser gun as well and kind of mix and match. Given how poor my weapon levels are, I think I will take a laser gun. Just to try to level my weapons a bit. We're going to end up with a more odd weapon set than I usually go for. And the laser gun is also good on wave 8 when enemies have a lot of health, and that was a wave that gave me a lot of trouble. With no piercing shots, wave 9 could be really tough, so that's something that I'm going to need to look out for as well. And wave 9 was what got me in my last run. Wave 9 also especially tough because the enemies have increased movement speed. I will take the bowler hat here. The stats are really good. We'll take 3 range damage. That's perfect. Okay, and now I can start leveling my weapons at least a little bit. So let's go with 4 SMGs. I'll buy the laser gun. I'll level the revolver to level 2. I need more movement speed, and we get a free reroll that way, so I'll do that. We'll buy the SMG, lock the mutation, and then roll. And I'll take a wheat. Do I want another scar? I probably do. And then we can just go to wave 8. I definitely would have liked to level this laser gun before this wave so that it can, like, one-tap the enemies, but it does make it a lot easier to kill these high-health enemies. Laser gun is actually the weapon with the highest DPS in the game, but it attacks so slowly that it's usually pretty bad. But against single high-health enemies that you can often attack multiple times with the laser gun, it's really strong. Alright, we're doing fairly well. I want to kill both those trees. Nice, I got them and got the crate, which is great because we have double bag. I'll take Shady Potion. Luck is worse on this character because you can't heal, but it's still good. We'll take 3 range damage here. That's awesome. I'm going to roll again, and I still don't really need the crit chance. I'm just going to roll again, and we'll take 10% more attack speed. We'll buy this stuff, and then I'm going to reroll, lock a revolver. Definitely don't want celery tea. Let's reroll again here. I don't have a way to deal elemental damage, so the ice cube isn't good. But one more reroll to look for more items. Snail could potentially make it a little easier to dodge. Basically puts enemies back down to their old speed. Just 2% faster than they would be on Danger 5 normally. But spending 86 on something that doesn't really give stats, I don't think is where we want to be. Goobers, the summoner enemies, are like the worst thing that they could have included this wave. This is so brutal. Those are pretty much the hardest enemy in the game, these summoners, and they're the one thing that makes Crash Zone really difficult in general, is those guys. Such that Wave 14 Crash Zone is the hardest wave in the game, even though the map is overall easier than Abyssal Terrors. Or at least was until the Nightmare Mode update. But adding those really challenging enemies to these earlier waves when your build is not prepared for them, diabolical and difficult to handle. So true Nightmare fuel. Yeah, I guess I'll take the wheelbarrow. It pays for itself almost immediately. Small magazine, best item for any range damage build. I have a lot of attack speed already, so I think I'll take 2 range damage because we're still mostly SMGs, where attack speed is less valuable. Let's roll here, and we'll take 2 more ranged damage. And then I'm going to combine and upgrade or buy a revolver. I'll roll here. I have 2% crit chance, so we're not going to get much hunting trophy value. I could buy it and start trying to get hunting trophy value. I don't think that's terrible. Okay, a level 2 revolver upgrades to level 3. You can see that my my upgrades are starting to get a little awkward, just because I have 3 weapon types, and that always does that. I'm gonna buy the goldfish here, because I'm kind of looking for high-level items that we could spike into for real power boosts. The tractor does cost me a lot of percent damage, but this is a massive economy upgrade. And now that I have a hunting trophy, I will buy tentacle as well. Okay, wave 10 is dark. Haven't seen any new enemies on wave 10 yet. The dark wave's definitely frightening when you are 2 hits from death at all times on this character. I also keep hallucinating trees, because I'll see material on the ground, just something green at the edge of the vision, and think that it's a green X for a tree spawn. Okay, that was a lot of health that I had to get through. Fortunately, we have found a lot of damage, but all of these chargers are starting to be really scary. Okay, we took a hit there, but we still had the tardigrade, so we made it through. I'll take glasses when it shows up like this really cheaply. And then here, my percent damage is horrible, so I will take 12% damage. And then I'm going to take 6 crit chance to go with my hunting trophy. We'll buy Dangerous Bunny and Tentacle, and I'll reroll. I have a level 2 revolver here. I could combine and just buy the level 2 revolver. Revolvers are better than SMGs against bosses, so I think we will go to the level 4 SMG. I'll take a Gentle Alien. I'll roll. I will pass, I think, on all of these economy items, because I need just more damage. And then we'll definitely buy Alloy, but do I want the revolver first? I think 3 range damage and 5 crit is better than the revolver for killing the boss faster, so I'll do that, and then I'll lock a sunglasses as well. Metal detector, we still don't want. Okay, I need to remember how to fight the crocodile boss, but basically you run in a triangle, because I haven't played that much Crash Zone lately. This is definitely going to be... Oops, I should not have walked into that attack. This is definitely going to be an elite that's really challenging for melee characters to fight on this character. And in this difficulty, where there's just more stuff to dodge, so the walking in a triangle strategy doesn't really work as well. But we've killed it so far. I just need to not walk into these projectiles that are coming from the bottom of the screen. Is the main challenge this wave. Whoa. Scary. Because the ranged enemy shot me a couple times. Okay, so we made it through the elite wave. I was pretty worried about that, so happy to get there. We'll recycle the robot arm. I'll take 3 more range damage. That's great. You could technically build dodge on this character. I just don't think it's good. If you get to 50% dodge, you on average can take 1 more hit, which is not amazing. Let's roll and roll again, and I'll take 5 crit chance. And here I will upgrade to a level 4 revolver. I think I will sell and rebuy the laser gun for a higher level laser gun. We'll buy sunglasses. Peacock, I guess, has no downside on this character, so we should pretty much always buy it. And then I'll take Hedgehog, and I'll roll again. Pumpkin is great. I definitely want that, and another revolver and a banner. Losing knockback, challenging, but I think fine. Okay, so projectiles are coming from the right this time. Honestly, I don't remember the enemy compositions on Crash Zone super well, because I've been playing almost exclusively Abyssal Terrors. So I don't remember which waves have like new, or I'm not seeing necessarily when a wave has new enemies, except obviously when the goobers showed up 8 waves earlier than they're supposed to. Okay, walked into that attack. Also, I think tentacles were wave 14 only, or wave 13 on Crash Zone previously, so having them show up at wave 12 is early. No, I killed another curse alien. I really don't want too much curse. Material pickup is so important on this character, and on this difficulty setting, because you can't really go towards where the materials are. 20 luck, I guess I'll take that, and then I'm going to take, I think just more attack speed. Just the ability to kill enemies before they get close is really important. I don't think I want the little frog. I'm going to roll here. I don't want to buy a shady potion at full price at this point, I don't think. Bowler hat, I don't want also at full price. Yeah, we're just going to roll past this. Another tractor, another hunting trophy. These are really powerful economy boosts, but at this point I just need damage. And I think I might actually, because this is a one-hit challenge, I'm just going to take the glasses. Killing enemies further away is... normally, of course, you try to survive enemies by just tanking the damage and healing, but this character can't do that. Here, I will sell this revolver and upgrade to a high-level laser gun, and I'll buy another glasses, and then I'm going to roll. I could lock a mirror, but there's no guarantee we get something that we want, so let's just go to wave 13 here. Alright, the projectiles get increased movement speed this wave, I think. They weren't this fast before, I believe. Okay, obviously I want to kill that loot alien, and I did. Rolling a tardigrade would be amazing, of course, if we happen to do so. Really tricky movement this wave. Whoops. As you saw there. So I had to... I'm being a little quieter than normal, because this is actually starting to get really hard. Let's reroll again, and reroll, and... normally I'd be thrilled to see armor and HP like that, but we'll take 7 crit chance. Baby with a beard is perfect. That's going to kill enemies before they get to me. That's exactly what we want. I'll take the honey as well, and I will take blindfold. We have negative dodge, but that's still fine. I'll definitely take another baby with a beard. Pistol was also buffed. It has extra crit chance now compared to what it had before. I'll take the head injury, and I'm going to re-roll here. Sniper gun, we've actually bought range, and the sniper gun's a way to kill enemies, again, before they get to me. So I think that's a pretty powerful weapon here. Alright, I'm expecting to die this wave on my first couple attempts with the wounded, because wave 14 crash zone is brutally hard, and that's without the extra projectiles. Though the baby with a beard goes a long way towards killing the summons as they spawn. At this point, by the way, I'm kind of just focusing on my character and the immediate area surrounding it, just to try to stay alive. We don't need to go out of our way to fight specific enemies. I don't really need to pick up that many materials. Like, I'm trying to pick up some, but we have enough economy that even if I leave a lot of materials on the ground, we'll still be able to buy items, because the build has kind of come together. But what I really need to do, obviously, is just not walk into projectiles. So I'm focusing exclusively on that at this point. We'll take 3 more ranged damage. I do want piercing shots really badly, so I'll buy that for sure. And then I think I'm going to sell the laser gun and buy sniper gun. And Baby with a Beard does hurt my sniper gun because it decreases the range. But this way we can clear enemies from much further away. Very important. I'll take a wings. I do want a little more movement speed. And tentacle's a bad way to buy crit chance. Crit chance is good on my... on the hunting trophy that we have, but I no longer really need to worry about that, so I'm just gonna lock these 2 items and go to wave 15. I'm expecting more different enemies wave 15. Though it's mostly seeming like it's just quite fast projectiles from the right-hand side of the screen. And again, we're focusing on making small movements to stay alive. I'm gonna, move around to pick up materials as it becomes easy to do so. But we're mostly just focusing on dodging all the projectiles. The damage at this point, because my character is really strong, will take care of itself. Okay, walked into that attack. It was coming from the opposite direction, because I let one of the ranged enemies live. Yeah, Ash is incredible for this character, and even better because we have a sniper gun. Let's roll here, and I think I might actually just take 60 more range. I think these one-hit challenges are a spot where range is actually quite good. Gatling gun could potentially kill enemies before they get close to me, so I will take that. Baby elephant, the damage is too low. Nail decreases my range damage, so I don't want that. Another sniper gun. The level 3 sniper gun I don't think is particularly good, so I'm going to pass on that. And then I'm going to roll again. We'll take a pumpkin and another gentle alien. And then I'm going to roll here. Gummy berserker I think I'll take as well, because we have a sniper gun, so the range is good. Okay, it's dark this wave. This is the wave that the darkness wave is the one I've been really worried about. One thing I'm not sure, I'm not sure if my character attacks things in the darkness. Okay, it looks like it does. It's going to target things that are in the darkness that I can't see yet. So range is pretty good to avoid having the darkness bubble be the only way that you interact with enemies. It's funny, for this version of the character, the dark waves are way easier than the projectile waves, which I think is usually going to be true overall, and for the wounded, of course, in particular, because having to dodge those projectiles is really scary. No chance I can find that loot alien, so I'm just hoping that it died. Looks like it did. I'll take a loot worm when it's free in a box. I'll take piggy bank just to stop it from showing up again. We'll take tentacle when it's free, take some more damage, and then I'll take gummy berserker. Gonna reroll here, and wheat is more ranged damage, so I'll take that. I'll reroll again. Ooh, scapegoat. Interesting. So this, of course, will cause enemies to attack it instead of me. I don't know how good this is, but I'm going to try it out. It might make enemies more unpredictable, which could be really bad, obviously. But if it causes them to fire projectiles not at me, then that could be pretty good. Also, a funny thing, just about, how my brain processes the game, at least, is that I find it much easier to dodge when the projectiles are coming from the right than from the left. I don't know why that is. Often with English speakers, it's because you read from left to right, but that should make it, in theory, easier to see where the projectiles are going when they come from the left. But I'm finding this much harder to process visually than when they were coming from the right. Fortunately, my damage is high enough that all I have to do is focus on dodging those projectiles, and when there's no enemies in Brotato, it's a pretty easy bullet hell game. I'll take more % damage, and I'm going to reroll. Don't think I care about the fin here. We have enough movement speed. I will take a sunglasses, try to kill the elite faster. I'm going to roll again. Projectile bounce. We do have piercing shots, and it does interact poorly with pierce, but projectile bounce is still going to be pretty good, I think. We just need to clear stuff before things show up on our screen, so that's what we're really looking for. I will build another pumpkin anyways, because I do have sharp bullet, and we'll buy head injury and missile, because my % damage is really low, especially because I just bought the ricochet. Alright, so this is an elite wave. I really want to kill this elite quickly because it's a summoner, which we did. Projectiles from the left again. I think it's actually way simpler what's going on, because I've played, shmups and bullet hell games where you just have to dodge projectiles, and those games almost always side-scroll left to right, so that's why it's harder to... Which means that the enemy attacks are always coming from the right, so that's why it's harder to process when they're coming from the left. All right, we made it through wave 18. I'm gonna recycle the incendiary turret. I'll take a Sif's relic, I'll take banner, and I'll just take 10% more attack speed, and then we'll buy these. I'll pass on the alien tongue. Heavy bullets I will take, just more damage, of course. Fish hook at this point we don't want, it's just not going to pay off in time. Candy bag I don't want. Glass cannon, always good for this character, so we'll definitely take that. And I'll take a lens, and I'm going to reroll again. Triangle of Power, also always good for this character, so we're going to take that as well. And for 34, I'm not going to reroll. Alright, it's not a dark wave. Attacks coming from the top, but going quite quickly. And with a lot more sideways momentum to them on these attacks as well. They like, curve more. So wave 19, fairly difficult, I think. With the spiraling projectiles, it's kind of hard to decide where I need to be at any given time. I'm trying to see... It looks like they do aim at where I'm standing. So I need to, like, move to the left and then back to the right in order to avoid them. Though that might, again, be confirmation bias, just based on a slightly varied attack pattern, and I'm moving in a predictable way that makes it so that they always come towards me. And it may be that you can find, like, safety islands where you can stand still and they'll never hit you. But it does look like they're kind of being fired from above my character such that they'll intersect. We're recycling that because we're going for the boss fight now, and then we'll reroll and reroll. I'll take 5 crit chance. I just want anything that helps me kill the bosses faster, because the faster we kill them, the less dodging I have to do. So, double triangle of power, awesome. We'll reroll again. This level 1 revolver doesn't do anything. None of these do anything. Level 3 revolver definitely helps. Oh, although I should have just taken the big arms, probably. But I'll just buy 5% damage with the pearl here. Yeah, big arms was better than the leveled up revolver. I just didn't notice that item. I'm sure I've, like, rolled past items I should be taking as well, because I'm thinking about a lot of other stuff, and different things than I usually would be. Okay, so let's see if I can make it on the boss waves. Trying to stay at fairly long range from the bosses here. Oops. Walked into... Oh, I walked into both attacks. Aww. That's so sad. Okay. Well, we'll give that another try. But now I know. I should have just gone towards the bosses a little more. I was playing at too long a range there. I think I'd killed one and the other was at super low health, too. I just walked into every attack. Alright, we'll take a ranged damage. I'll buy an SMG. I liked having the laser gun. I'm going to buy one. We'll lock a lens, ban snake, and then reroll. Ban corrupted shard. Not going to take shredders. I'll roll again. I'll leave Beanie in the pool, but yeah. Oh, sharp bullet's an amazing roll, and then we'll lock a revolver. Go to the next wave here. What a disaster. I basically, the mistake that I made there was just not doing the thing that I talked about and focusing only on dodging. I was like trying to focus on damaging the enemies. I was watching where the bosses were. If I had just been watching my character and dodging, I'd have been fine. Alright, let's reroll this, and we'll take a ranged damage, and then I will take 5 harvesting. I'll pick up a revolver. I don't really like having 4 weapon types, and so I think we'll roll past the shotgun. Take another revolver, and then we'll roll a couple more times for a full weapon set, if possible. Sure, I'll lock a laser gun. All right, and we made it through wave 3 here. I'll take 5 more harvesting. Now we're at 21. I'll buy the laser gun, and I think I can take treasure map. It's early enough, I think we can get away with that. I won't buy a shotgun. I'll lock the mutation here, and we'll go to wave 4. Treasure map and equivalent items, especially if you get them early, are going to be even better in nightmare mode, and they're already really good, because items are more expensive, so getting free ones is more valuable. I took that hit there because I wanted to kill the tree. And then let's reroll. I'll reroll again here. I could take 8% damage, but I'm really looking for attack speed or ranged damage. And then we'll roll here, take 2 ranged damage. That's perfect. We can buy this entire shop, which is awesome. Roll again. I'll upgrade to another level 2 laser gun, buy a submachine gun, lock injection, and we'll just go straight to wave 5. Okay, so I guess I was just wrong, and it was always dark on wave 5. And I'm just misremembering. Or maybe it's possible that going from an Abyssal Terrors run with the darkness on wave 6 to Crash Zone messed something up. Or maybe it's just random, and we randomed one way once and then another way 3 times. That's also obviously a totally reasonable thing to happen. Dynamite, I'm gonna go ahead and ban. Community support, I'll take. It has no downside on this character, so awesome find early. Let's reroll. We'll take 8% damage to fix our percent damage. I will upgrade my SMG, buy injection, and whistle. We'll ban Tyler. Oh, Tyler got moved to level 2 as well. I hadn't noticed that. I like that change a lot. Let's reroll here. And then I can keep upgrading my weapons, and in fact, we're just gonna buy everything this wave. So we'll try to kill the eggs, we'll try to kill the goobers by running after them here. They ran directly away from me when they spawned there. I really do need more ranged damage right now, because my damage is a lot lower at this point than it was in the last run, I think. I'm so sad that I lost that last run, though. so tragic. Let's roll here, and guess I'll just take the 1 ranged damage. It just matters so much more than any other stat at this point. And we will buy that. We'll ban Toxic Sludge and do a reroll. I did like buying range in this run, specifically because it's a 1-hit challenge. So I'll lock the glasses. Lost Duck. I think that's good enough to lock as well. We now do have full level 2 weapons, which is great. Wave 7 is, it's not like an easy wave, but it's one where the difficulty hasn't really increased that much in nightmare mode, I think. Just the projectiles, no increased enemies. So we're leaving a ton of materials on the ground. That's kind of inevitable in this run. I'll take 8% damage, 3 range damage. Amazing. That's exactly what we need. We'll take all of that. We'll roll here. I'm not going to buy Scared Sausage. And I don't think I guess I can just use a ban on it now. I'll re-roll here. I'll take a baby gecko, I'll lock a gummy berserker, and I'll roll again. By the way, I've been banning level 1 items because there's a lot of good level 1 items for this character. And then we'll go to wave 8. With double revolver, double laser gun, the chargers shouldn't be as big a deal this wave, or the bruisers, rather. The big boys. Oh, unless I just walk into the environmental projectiles for no reason, then we could get in trouble. Oh, I didn't see that enemy at all. I think it might have spawned, like, next to me. Whoops. Alright. Give it another go. Either that or I've just been playing for a long time and things do get harder when you've been kind of grinding at them for a bit. Here I will take my 5% attack speed to make my SMGs better. I'm going to ban Peaceful Bee. Ugly Tooth, I think I'm just going to ban it as well. I just want to get to the point where we're killing everything and we don't have to worry about slowing it down at all. I'll lock Coupon and Bag. Those are good. I don't think I want Shredder or Shotgun. I will stick with revolvers, SMGs, and laser guns as my weapon, and we'll buy another SMG here. And maybe just revolvers and SMGs too, depending on what we roll into. It's also funny because I've been playing a ton of Slay the Spire, of course, and that means a lot less Brotato. So I'm definitely more out of practice, and I feel like we'd easily have won this run, like if this beta came out last month. Let's roll here, and I'll take a ranged damage, and then I'll just take 5% damage, and I'll buy 2 weapons, do a reroll, and another one, lock another revolver, and then go to wave 3. Alright, so this run, I'm feeling pretty good about it so far. I'm going to take that harvesting. I'll take the, oops, obviously should have bought coupon. Say it lost 1 material there. I'll lock the SMG, and then I could ban 3 things here, but we wouldn't get a free reroll anyways because I can't buy the submachine gun, so let's just not worry. Well, I'll ban boiling water. I'm not going to worry about banning the level 2 items, because there's a lot of good level 1 items that we want for this character, I think. I could also ban level 3 items to try to make tardigrades show up more, but I think we're just going to focus on pure damage output. But that is an option if I just, like, can't make this run work. The guns have felt better than the icicles that we tried first, though. Loot alien, so obviously we want to kill that guy. Making good income this wave. We'll ban the dynamite. This is my level 5 level up, so I could take 8% damage. I could roll for attack speed or ranged damage. I guess I'll just take the percent damage. Oh, 15 attack speed is a real gift. We'll take a coupon. I'll buy this whole shop, but how do I want to arrange my weapon levels? I guess even is the way to go. So we'll go with 3 SMGs, 3 revolvers, and then we'll roll here. We'll take a Scar, lock a Hedgehog, and roll again, and I'll lock Dangerous Bunny as well. I also kind of want to start using my bans for free rerolls at this point, so we've banned a decent number of level 1 items. and we'll try to just get more economy value out of them. It is funny, the camera direction thing that I was thinking of earlier, or the direction projectiles are coming from. It's funny how large an effect that has in some games. For example, in League of Legends, one side wins like 5% more than the other side. Blue team wins on average, like it's something like 2 to 5% more, depending on the skill rating of the players. More than purple side wins because the camera is easier to see from one direction. You see more of the map. So even those slight changes have huge impacts on how players experience the game. I will buy all of these items. Okay, wave 6. We are... Oh wait, we haven't gotten a dark wave yet, right? Last wave was not dark. Wave 5. So it must be random then. Which is, honestly, the dark waves are easier, so not getting one is a little, is putting more pressure on me here. Though, really, I just need more damage. The baby with the beards that we got in the last run as well were super important, so I would love to get more of those this run. We'll take 3 ranged damage, and then we'll take 8% damage by an SMG. I can just buy everything in this shop, even though we didn't make that much money last wave. We'll keep buying Gentle Aliens. It is just good economy, good damage, even if the HP isn't valuable. I will take a Scar. Lumberjack shirt. We should reach the point where our damage is high enough that we don't need it. So I'm going to roll a couple times here. Small fish doesn't do enough to justify buying it. I'm mainly looking for weapon levels. Okay, yeah, so wave 7 is dark. So it is randomized what wave is dark. Now we know that for sure. Wasn't just my memory playing tricks on me. So you definitely want to get the dark waves on the waves with increased enemy difficulty. Like where the more difficult enemies spawn. At least when playing the wounded. It's better to have dark waves on like wave 6 where you have more difficult enemies than normal. That won't hold true for every character, of course. Here, I will take the wings, and then I'm going to roll. I'm looking for ranged damage or attack speed. The percent damage is good as well, but we really need stats that help us kill the bruisers more easily, and making our revolvers stronger is the best way to do that. Here, I'm just going to take 2 bands to get a free reroll. I'm going to reroll all of this. The Lost Duck would be okay, but I think we're looking more for damaging items. Peacock is interesting as well. I could buy that, and we get a lot of bonus stats. I could also buy it on wave 9, so let's actually lock it, and we'll buy Peacock on wave 9. And I'm going to go for a 3rd revolver here for the next wave. Bone Dice has no downside on this character, and it's some decent percent damage, so I'll take that. Very happy to roll into a small magazine, so let's go to wave 8. Projectiles coming from the top this time. I do wonder if in endless mode you get waves that are both dark and have projectiles, or if they always don't have projectiles on the dark waves. Obviously, I'll have to test that out at some point, but first I need to win with this darn challenge mode character. Okay, I'm always taking a hit there because I put myself in a really awkward spot and just didn't have the damage to deal with the 3 chargers at once. So that was my 1 hit for the wave that I took. here. I am, I think, just going to take 45 range, because at this point, increased range actually matters a lot. I'll lock the injection. Sunglasses, it's good with the revolvers, but bad with the SMGs, so I think we'll roll past that. Another small magazine, and in fact, I'm going to take all of these items as well. So hopefully we make it past wave 9. We don't have any piercing shots. It's going to be fairly difficult to do so, because wave 9 is really hard. Especially without piercing. But if we do make it past wave 9, then we should be in okay shape. Okay, I have a moment of calm, so I'm going to try to kill those summoners and get some of the goobers off the field. Basically, I want to kill those when we're not being swarmed by the other enemies, so that I have time to kill the summons right away. That was a poor example of doing that, such that I let a lot of summons get onto the map. And then had to run around killing them to make the dodging easier. Alright, not bad. We will recycle this, and I'll just take a ranged damage, and then 10 attack speed. Think we're going to keep buying range, and we'll keep rolling here, and we'll buy 3 ranged damage. Basically, so to clarify why I'm buying range, because I normally recommend that you shouldn't buy range. Range is a defensive stat, right? Because it keeps enemies further away from you. Normally, it's the weakest defensive stat by a massive margin, because armor and regeneration are more efficient. This character doesn't have access to those, so buying range is kind of our way of being able to buy something that helps protect ourselves. I could take 8% damage here, or 10% attack speed, and also part of what makes this character hard is we have to spend money on range, which is a poor stat overall. That's like a knock-on effect of the fact that we die in one hit. I think my percent damage is low enough that I should just take 8% damage at this point. And then let's go ahead and buy all of these items. Take our reroll. We'll buy another scar. I'll reroll here. And again, I'm saving my bands for free rerolls. And then we'll buy another revolver. My speed is fine. I'm not going to spend on a beanie. This is all garbage for us. Let's roll again. And we'll buy Scar, Gummy Berserker, and Baby Gecko, and roll one more time. Lock a coffee as well. Alright, Dark on wave 10. Which I don't believe had any different enemy spawns than normal. I think it was wave 12 where we start getting tentacles. Is the next one with the major difference in enemy spawns. Again, I'm playing through this and also trying to dodge and everything at the same time, so I'm not going to remember exactly everything that's happening, but trying to learn what waves have what. I'm curious if they're just not finished doing the additional enemies pass for Abyssal Terrors, or if they decided that the map is hard enough on Nightmare Mode without any additional enemy spawns. I don't know whether that's the case, like what the truth there is. Here we'll take 10% more attack speed, and then I'll take the coffee. I need to kill this boss really fast. Let's roll here. We'll take more range and gentle alien. We'll roll again. We'll take reinforced steel. Candy bag is super dangerous, and all the defensive stats are useless to this character. So I think, unfortunately, although I love this item, we have to pass on it. But being able to upgrade both my weapons here is really nice. So we're definitely doing that. And I think I will lock the 2 luck items. I wouldn't mind increasing my luck a little bit. All right, where's the elite? There it is. This elite is definitely going to be a challenging one. It's hard not to take damage against this guy because it charges at you. Fortunately, I was able to. So I need to dodge all these projectiles and still pick up some materials, because I had left a lot of materials on the ground in previous waves, and that is hurting my economy now. So I'm trying to make sure I pick up at least most of the ones that drop. Jetpack, I guess I'll take it. The downsides are minimal. The upsides aren't incredible for this character either. Let's re-roll here, and I have 0 luck. I'll just take the 1 ranged damage. I'll roll again. We'll take 3 ranged damage. That's way better. And then I will buy Coil. We could potentially build knockback for more damage later. A Cursed Crown is enough economy that I think it is worth buying. Blindfold I don't really need. I'm going to roll here. We'll lock Revolver and Glass Cannon and buy the glasses. And then we'll go to wave 12. Alright, so this wave does have new enemies on it, I believe. Because previously, the tentacles were wave 13, and I think they started spawning, yeah, wave 12. They have a lot of health, but don't attack from that far away, so they're not that dangerous for this build. Obviously, like a melee character would be having a lot more trouble with them. So, wave 12, despite having additional enemies spawning from later in the normal run, is not that much harder, I think. For the wounded, anyways. And there we go. Here, I'll take 12% damage. My percent damage is awful. We'll take 15% attack speed. We will go to a bunch of level 3 revolvers. We'll buy Glass Cannon. We'll buy Injection. We'll reroll again. I could buy Not, but the HP is wasted. So let's just roll here. Okay, I will buy Ricochet. It costs me a ton of damage, but killing enemies before they get to me is massive. And then I'm going to do one more reroll here. I'll lock another coil. A second coil is great. Catling gun could be pretty good as well. And improved tools, even with low, with no structures, 10% attack speed is pretty good. So I could just take it. I think that's fine. I could also just like ban it for a free reroll if I feel like, if I can buy everything else in the shop, but can't afford it. Because we do have plus 100% attack speed, which is very good, obviously. Need to be careful about the projectiles coming from the enemies, as well as the ones that are coming from the bottom of the map here. The floaters definitely put a lot of stuff that I have to dodge on the field. And there are also the tentacles that can spawn next to me. Okay, 2 more range damage is great, and let's reroll here. I could start building crit chance. It's pretty inefficient with SMGs. Let's roll again. I really just want more damage, I think. I'll roll here, and we'll take 10% attack speed. And then I'll buy the... I'm not going to buy Ricochet going into the boss wave, because I want to have the maximum single target damage this wave. So I'll buy these items, but I'll leave Ricochet and Catling Gun locked. We'll reroll, we'll lock a Lure. And I'm going to lock the Snail and probably just ban it. Okay, this enemy puts a lot of projectiles underneath us, which is very dangerous, but fortunately I was able to kill it. And it's a wave 14 elite, which is the most difficult... Basically, the most difficult wave in Brotato is an elite on wave 14 of Crash Zone. Though, again, that may have changed, given that now there's goobers on wave 6. So wave 6 Crash Zone may just be the most difficult wave now. And against this enemy set, I need to actually look at the enemies as well, because I need to kill the goobers. Maybe Ricochet was good for that reason, because it could clear those without me having to pay attention to them. Baby with a beard would be better for the same reason, but Ricochet kind of does the same thing. We'll take Gummy Berserker. I guess I'll take 20 luck with the Wolf Helmet. Pretty bad level 4 to roll there. Let's re-roll and re-roll. I'll take 8% damage, and then we'll buy Ricochet. We'll buy Lure. I'll buy Catling Gun, and I'm just going to ban the Snail for a free re-roll because I want to see more items. We'll lock the Cyclops Worm. We'll re-roll again. I don't want the Scar or the Black Belt at this point, I think. We'll hit level 25. Anyways, I can buy Head Injury, and I'll do one more re-roll here and go to wave 15. Attacks coming from the left. Like I said, a little harder for me to process visually. And these are also the sped up attacks. So it looks like wave 15 is when they get faster. Unless I just didn't notice that happening on a previous wave. The bouncing shot's definitely helping to keep this wave clear. It does look like I'm currently in kind of a safety island in the center there, though then some projectiles started coming at me. I am trying to see if there are areas that you can stand that will be just safe, because that would be very important to know. I'd love to pick up some of these materials before the end of the wave here. Left 200 on the ground. Barnacle I'm going to recycle. I don't want more curse. No, I should just take it. We will get a couple more level ups, and we'll take the coffee. More pickup radius I will take, and that's also more damage. And then let's re-roll here. 27 luck is not bad, but I think we can do better. I am actually just going to take 60 range again. And then here I will buy revolver, going to a level 4 revolver. And I guess I'll take the level 1 revolver. At this point, my damage is high enough that small fish actually might increase my time to kill, or decrease my time to kill on some enemies. So I guess I'll lock it, and we'll roll, and I'll roll again, and I'll lock the injection as well. Alright, it's dark wave 16, but that means no off-screen projectiles, and I have enough range that I shouldn't see any enemies, hopefully. I do need to pick up some materials, so I still need to move. Because I left 1 million on the ground last wave. Sift's Relic would be really good, obviously. More baby geckos would be nice. They also increase range, which we've been trying to build. The floaters that spawn, definitely making things a little scary for me. Just a lot of attacks that we have to dodge. Trying to pick up most of the materials that drop, but obviously we're going to leave a bunch on the ground regardless. 5 ranged damage is perfect. That's exactly what I want. And then I'm going to reroll here. And reroll again, reroll again. I passed the 1 ranged damage because we have Barnacle. So you always want to try to get at least purple upgrades when you have Barnacle, because that's when it increases your damage by a meaningful amount. Yeah, we can use Anvil here. Our weapon levels are really poor, so Anvil will help fix that. We can buy these. We can ban Pocket Factory for a reroll. I don't need the Whistle at this point. I'll just roll again. I do want Piercing Shots for sure. And we found a tardigrade, so if I don't die, this gives me an extra hit before I... don't die this wave, this will give me an extra hit before I do die. Then I'm going to roll here. And nothing else I want. Alright, let's see if we can kill this elite quickly. It moves really fast, and it does have summons, but we killed it before it made too many of those. I'm sure I've made tons of mistakes so far in this run as well, but obviously we're learning. And trying to both play correctly while also pay attention to all the new things that are going on is one of the bigger challenges in this type of game, when you're trying to like unlearn habits, learn new stuff, but also keep your play solid. I'll recycle the giant belt. We have no crit chance, so it's just not useful here. Let's re-roll and roll again, roll again, roll again. We're not getting that much, but I guess I'll take 60 more range. Okay, we'll take the tardigrade. Silver bullet is amazing. We're super happy with that. That'll help me kill the bosses faster. I'll lock an SMG and a revolver. Even with SMGs, is it worth it to take Insanity? We do have lots of % damage. I think it is worth it, so I'll buy Crit Chance when it shows up kind of cheaply like that. Okay, so I need to make sure that I'm clearing the goobers as soon as they spawn. Run over here and grab some materials because I don't want to leave too many of those on the ground. And we made it past wave 18. I'll recycle the rat. It's just not a meaningful amount of damage. I will take Pierce. It does decrease my % damage, but an additional Pierce is fine. I'm going to keep taking range to try to kill the bosses even faster. We'll upgrade our weapons. I don't need bag at this point. Retromation's hoodie, I get 32 attack speed, because I have 16 dodge currently. We actually ended up with a lot of dodge. Do I want the cursed shotgun also? I don't think I do, even though it's cursed. I think we will just take the baby gecko. I'll take Retromation's hoodie. Going down to 400 range is fine, and 32 attack speed is a lot. And then we'll definitely buy the pumpkin and lock reinforced steel for even more damage. I'll take Corrupted Shard going into the last wave as well. It's just plus 3% damage, which is fine. And the curse won't really matter in the boss wave. Alright, so this wave, the projectiles are really fast. They got like an extra speed buff. So it does look like wave 19, they go faster. And so again, I've built a ton of range and a ton of damage, so I'm just focused on my character and dodging. And we're not going to worry about what we're actually attacking, mostly. And I'm going to try to carry that attitude into the boss wave as well, so that I don't do what I did last time and walk into an attack because I'm looking at the bosses. I do want to pick up at least some of these materials. This, of course, is the last wave where income matters, and I'd like to spend my money as much as possible. I'll take the pile of books. The crit chance is fine. Normally, the 5 armor would be great here, but 5 range damage, even better. Amazing. And then we'll buy these items. I'll reroll. A blunderbuss could be okay, but we have enough attack speed that I don't think we need it. Let's roll again and roll again. Tentacle is just 3% damage, 3% crit chance. Is that better than what I'm going to roll into on average? I think not. I think we can do better. We didn't. Alright, well, we ended up not getting the 3% crit chance because I didn't buy the tentacle, but that's okay. I am going to keep re-rolling all of my money because we have the bone dice, so it's worth it to roll for % damage. Oh, another tardigrade. I would have been so happy with that. Okay, can I avoid taking 3 hits this wave? So I don't want to be too close to the edges of the map. if possible. Got one boss there, and then we got the other one, and there we go. Okay. Win a run with the Wounded. Finally managed it. That was tough, winning on Nightmare. I definitely, you know, I got really close the one time. I definitely could have won earlier. I definitely also think that the gun build is way better than the icicles build, which I tried first, just because it's mostly because guns have inherent range. So it just gives you a lot of extra range and makes it easier to clear the entire map, so you have less things to dodge. Looking at the build, yeah, double tardigrade is fine. We never actually ended up using that, but it's pretty nice. We got the coupon, we got the bag. These are obviously great. Dangerous bunny, amazing. Buying all the range I thought was good. Bone dice plus 20 damage, pretty nice there as well. Crown for 67 harvesting. Getting glass cannon and ricochet and barnacle for 5 levels, obviously great. Anvil giving me a bunch of weapon levels as well. But of course, let's look at the new weapon that we unlocked. So this is the railgun, which is, it uses 80% of your ranged damage and 40% of your dodge. Interesting. So it scales off of dodge. Fascinating. Has 300 base range. That's really low. And then the bouncing and piercing is from our actual items here, but it does have 1 inherent piercing. Deals plus 3 base damage every 5 seconds until the end of the wave. Bonus resets when taking damage. Okay, so that makes sense for the Wounded, of course, but that's a really cool weapon. Having such low range means that you probably actually want to buy range on it, similar to the Wounded. I do like that they're adding items that make the actual range stat a little more valuable. I do think they still need to just increase the amount at which you buy this stat for most characters to want it, but it is kind of cool that happens. It's also gun and heavy, which are very nice tags. I think that this will be a pretty solid weapon. It also, I guess, can appear from level 1. So starting with this weapon, building into it with a lot of characters, I think is going to be totally reasonable. All right, my friends, that was a super long one, but I hope you enjoyed seeing me try and fail and then eventually succeed to win with the Wounded, the new character, on Nightmare mode. Let's also check out in Crash Zone. You can now see we've got our little Nightmare mode portrait for the Wounded. As always, of course, if you have enjoyed the video, then feel free to leave a comment and hit like. Helps me out with the algorithm, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And of course, you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato, all pain, no gain, and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, friends. I'll catch you next time.